Well, good evening, Sumter School District boys and girls. And thank you for joining me yet again for another evening of reading with the superintendent. Today, as you can see, I have a very special guest joining me, and he's on Zoom. So we're making sure that we follow those guidelines that have been established to make sure that we are safe and we continue to be healthy. So I will introduce our guest this evening. Good evening, Mr. Williams. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Dr. Martin, for being here and allowing me to be your guest today.
Thank you for spending your time with us. You'll see that these are the most wonderful individuals you can possibly spend the evening with. Why don't you take the opportunity to share a little bit about yourself with our audience?
Well, once again, I'm Kelvin Williams. I'm the district hearing officer. This is my third year here in Sumter School District, and I look forward to reading with you guys this evening, and I hope everyone stays safe.
Well, I'm excited to have you, so thank you for joining me. This evening, boys and girls, we're going to read to you a book called Harold Finds a Voice. So as you can see from the beautiful cover, Harold looks like he's a bird, and he looks like he could possibly be a parrot. Mr. Williams, have you ever had a pet or a parrot or a bird?
I always wanted a parrot, never had one, but I think there's some amazing creatures.
I think they're amazing as well. So let's begin to read. And as always, let's make sure we're focused and ready to listen. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. All eyes on me.
1, 2. All eyes on you.
Let's begin. Harold finds a voice. Deep in the heart of Paris, in apartment 4B, there lived a very clever parrot.
His name was Harold.
Harold was a gifted bird. Ring, ring, ring. Burble, burble, burble.
Go! Bzzz. Harold could hear any sound just once and copy it perfectly. Like bzzz, 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 and ding.
You sure you're not a parrot, Mr. Williams? You do that very well.
I've been practicing through my reading.
It's always good to make sure you practice reading. When Harold heard something beautiful, he simply couldn't resist the urge to repeat it. Vroom, like a vacuum cleaner. Hello!
He loved the sound of water most, like the shower, or the toilet, flush, or the washing machine, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Hello, hello, hello. But there was only one problem.
Hello, hello, hello. Harold was tired of repeating the same old sounds. Hello.
He often wondered what other sounds were out there. I wonder what other sounds are out there for a parrot to repeat.
Let's go further to see.
Early one morning, Harold saw a chance to find out and took it.
Harold couldn't believe his ears.
The world was full of beautiful sounds. Everything had its own voice. Beep, 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 honk, honk, vroom. I think I did a good job with that helicopter sound. What do you think, Mr. Williams? Or do I need to practice?
Just continue. Never give up.
Beep, beep.
There were big voices.
And that would sound like, ooh. Is that what that would sound like?
What sound is that, Dr. Martin?
The sound of a boat.
Say it again for the reader, the listeners.
Ooh. Okay, boys and girls, Dr. Martin Knox needs to practice her sound.
That was a good parrot. And small ones. Swish.
There were cheerful voices. Plunka, plunka, plunka. Ooh, doo, doo, ooh, doo. Even soulful, sniffly voices.
You're doing great, Dr. Martinock.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. You too.
It seems that everything in the world has its own voice, except Harold. I must have my own voice, he thought. It got to be in there somewhere.
It's now or never, he decided. He took a deep breath and... Wah! Did I do okay with that one? Wah!
Yeah.
No?
Sound like you're finding your voice.
Sounds like I'm finding my voice.
What was that? What a horrible noise.
Flap, flap, walk, flip, flop, walk, walk. But then something wonderful happened.
What a great voice, squawked the other parrots. We heard you from miles away. Brave, clapping. Clap, 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 clap.
That afternoon, Harold's new friends listened to all the voices he could make. They wanted to hear more and more and more. When it was time for dinner, Harold invited them back home. Harold taught his friends to make all the voices from a parchment 4B. Of course, Harold was still the best alarm clock. He made the best kettle noise. He was easily the best washing machine, and he was the best shower. Ring, ring, shh, ding, whoosh, whoosh, frizz, frizz, wee, burble, burble. I'm getting better.
Yes. But his own voice made him happiest of all.
Wow. That's a powerful story. I think the most powerful piece is recognizing that Harold had his own voice without having to imitate everyone else. So that meant that he needed to be himself. And I know that all the wonderful young men and women who are reading along with us this evening recognize the importance of having their own voice. Always be yourself and continue to do your best. Mr. Williams, let me just tell you, I so enjoyed reading with you this evening, particularly as you encouraged me to get better with making my sounds like Harold.
Thank you, Dr. Martinox. It was my pleasure. And like you and all of our listeners, I'm going to continue to find my own voice as well.
I like that. Let me know when you found it so we can talk some more and have engaging conversations. So thank you again, Mr. Williams, and thank you all who are watching, our wonderful students of Sumter School District and any other guests we may have joining us. Thank you again, and I'll see you again tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.
The babies on the bus go where, all through the town.